have a developing story happening right now in New Jersey in the New York Giants organization. Being reported by Dove Kleiman amongst Jason McIntyre and many other reporters. Dove Kleiman just so happens to have an entire thread of things that have unfolded because it's all happening very quickly here. And there's some interesting things popping off with the Giants organization, who is right in the driver's seat of the NFC East if they really want to go get it with a brand new coach in Joe Judge and Daniel Dimes not loaning the football to the other team at such a rapid rate and then winning some games. Giants coach Joe Judge and now fired offensive lineman coach Mark Colombo, Paisan, got into a fist fight on Wednesday per Jason McIntyre. Mark Colombo was listed at 6'8", 330 pounds in his playing days. Mark Colombo is the offensive line coach. He's 6'8", 330. He is a monster. If Joe Judge looked him right in the eyes and said, "You want to fucking go, pal? Let's go!" What a guy you got in Joe Judge. Wow. Now, it was being reported. Both Leonard and Kim Jones dispute the report by Jason McIntyre, say there was no fist fight between Joe Judge and Mark Colombo. Okay, So did Joe Judge look a guy that's 6'8", 330 in the eyes and start swinging and throwing hands? And the original report from Jason McIntyre said Mark Colombo did get the upper hand. No shit. NFL offensive lineman, 6'8", 330, probably not the right person to fight. But the fact that they're brawling in here was very interesting. We didn't know if it was true. A couple other reporters say they dispute it. Add Matt Lombardo, NFL, Zach Blatt, Art Stapleton, and others disputing the report from Jason McIntyre. Shit, the fist fight story between the two coaches isn't true. Unfortunately, damage is already done. People don't care about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. You're damn right.
Yeah.
I wish we would have stopped after that first one.
Well, as we talked about, like, how do we know those people that are reporting that it isn't true just talked to one side and Jason McIntyre talked to another side?
I've sent a few texts to sources I have in the building, by the way.
Here we go.
Okay.
I have tried to get to the bottom of it.
Any bites or?
No, they aren't players, right? So I'm not 100% sure if they would know. The person that the people I have texted are going to have to do some snooping around.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Eli.
So it's going to take Eli, yeah. Texted Eli, guys.
Nice.
I don't have Eli Manning's number. Imagine if I just popped into Eli Manning's phone, by the way. It was like, "Hey, bub, can you let me know Joe Judge and Colombo Wang? Who is this? Who is this?" Oh, great tweets, too, by the way, during the match and all that stuff.
Hashtag Frank's Red Hot.
Hashtag Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah, but who is this?
Oh, yeah, this is Pat. I used to punt for a team your brother played for. Oh, thanks for tweeting me or texting me. Get the hell out of here. I have sent a text. That offensive line coach was fired this morning, Wednesday, November 18th. Okay, so that is workday Wednesday. Normally Tuesday's an off day. Wednesday is a day where the coaches already have the game plan in. They've spent all day Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is the first day to instill the plan. It is a real work day. It's the day where you sit down in a team meeting and you lay out exactly what you're going to do to the other team. This is the day of the week which we learned from Michael Lombardi, where Bill Belichick will tell the team exactly how the game is going to go and what they need to work on. And that's what Cam Newton was referring to whenever he said it feels like Bill Belichick has the Staples Easy button or the Buffalo Wild Wings thing whenever he just tells exactly how the game's going to go. Wednesdays are a big work day in the NFL. Like, this is a real work day. So when somebody gets fired on a Wednesday, whether it's a pretty prominent player or maybe an offensive line coach, something had to happen. So when Jason McIntyre puts out that there was a fist fight, I think a lot of people who know the NFL a little bit would go, well, that would seem to be something that would likely have to happen for somebody to be fired on a Wednesday. Something had to happen here. And you got 7-8 people saying no fight happened. You got one person saying, "Oh, they fucking threw down." So I don't know, but something had to happen. You don't just fire an offensive line coach on a work day, on Wednesday work day, especially whenever you're doing okay. And now they're bringing in somebody who hasn't been coaching. Something had to happen. I wonder what it is. I'm intrigued to find out, and hopefully we'll get the real story. But we probably never will. This will all get buried forever. Back in the day, I think the Oakland Raiders.
Tom Cable.
He punched a guy right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that got out.
Yep.
That got out very quickly, and it was disputed. It didn't happen, and then it came out. This one, it's probably going to take a while for us to find out what really happened. But for somebody to get fired on a workday Wednesday, something had to happen.
Well, and let's just hope there's a report that comes out later that if they did get in each other's faces, that everyone was wearing the mask and having a protocols be followed, because that's my biggest worry here. Well, and that's why they might be disputing it, because maybe they didn't have them.
No, and I'm thinking that's probably why they didn't fight, by the way, because they knew that it took all of us.
I want to punch you so bad.
I'm going to punch you.
6 feet.
All right. How about this? Right foot, left chin. Go ahead, hit it. Yeah, like,
Your turn.
It's like chess. It's like we're playing chess. All right. By the way, the Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit. I'm going to take my right fist to Queen 4, by the way.
Oh, no,
bang.
please.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Jeez, oh my God.
Because they wouldn't be close enough to fight each other.
No. Well, I mean,
not now.
Colombo's 6'8". I mean, half of his wingspan does get you, half of the 6 feet.
Social distance.
Yeah. So they could just be punching fists.
Maybe that's why Joe Judge fought him, because he has the longest reach. He didn't want to fight any other coaches because they weren't socially distanced enough to be able to get punched in the face. That's very nice of Joe Judge.
Judge could have only been throwing kicks too. We don't know if he was throwing punches. He could have been.
They were probably
kicks
drop
only.
kicks, by the way.
Exactly.
Too. Big special teams guy.
Stay far away.
Yeah, so because it's social distance, he's 6 foot tall, right? So his
so
mouth,
his head is 5'10"
at least
away.
Whenever he,
so when he kicks, at least when his feet go up, he is far enough away. Because
so now they
so
did
tall.
fight, and now we know why and how they fought.
Yeah, it was more of like just kicks to the shins, I think, back and forth.
No, because that would be way too close.
Well, there were nicks. The tip of the toe was getting the shin.
To get fired on Wednesday, something's got to happen. Okay, week 11? We're going into week 11 on a Wednesday, middle of the season, middle of the week. Offensive line coach gets fired. Something had to happen. I just hope we find out the truth someday.
Scouring the internet, apparently there's been reports the last few weeks that Joe Judge has been spending more and more time with the offensive line because that was the weakness on the team. So he decided he wanted to get his hands in there and try to fix it.
Yeah, he's a man. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the interesting thing. And maybe it's the first time they're around each other. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, it's Zoom calls, and Joe Judge said, I would like to do this face-to-face, so that's why he did it on a Wednesday. But then he would have had to tell all the other coaches, and he would have to tell that other coach that he's hiring that you have to be in here on Wednesday because Wednesday's pretty work day, so you need to be here. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, maybe he just wanted to fire him, and it just so happened he just woke up this morning and was like, you know what? Today's the day. Not doing it. Can't go another week with this fucking guy ruining our ship. You're out. You're in. I don't know how it – normally, though, a Wednesday firing means – not great.
Yeah. Normally. Was Colombo on the Dolphins team when they had those those meetings? Was that also part of it?
That was only one man.
What are you talking about? You're talking about the...
No, he was on the Dolphins in 2011. That happened much more recently.
Just making sure. The Dolphins offensive line meetings that...
Man, he fell in love, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That offensive line coach reminded me of Dolphins. That guy fell in love, dude.
Oh, yeah. I wish with himself.
I wish I was doing this with you.
Dolphins O-line meeting now. 10 minutes. Bathroom. Get in there.
The Giants were planning to bring in Dave...
Here's your test.
The Guglielmo?
Oh, nailed it!
Is that what his name is?
Wow. Yeah!
Congratulations.
De Guglielmo.
The Guglielmo.
De Guglielmo. It's kind of weird Italian for Italian here. You know what I mean? We're just going... double
Italian.
Kind of going tit for tat here. You know what I mean?
DD's tough.
Dave De Guglielmo. So he's going to work alongside... Mark Colombo with the offensive line. Sources say Colombo's reaction to the news led to his dismissal. Okay.
Oh.
All right. I'm not doing it. Yeah, you are. I'm not doing it. Yeah, you are. This guy? No. I'm out. You're fired. No, I already quit. No, you fired. Gone. See ya.
Gotcha.
There had to be more. Had to be more.
I mean,
why would Jason McIntyre say there was a fight, right? Like, is he just making that up?
I mean, just dumping gasoline in there just to get people go so that we do this.
I guess that is kind of what some people do on the internet.
Yeah, and he could have been saying too, people are just going to respond to me asking why. Yeah, fuck it, they fought.
Yeah, they fought each other. Fist fight. It's crazy. Joe Judge won in there like a pit bull, and they knew social distancing, so they did drop kicks, and Colombo just did
windmills. And a lot of windmills coming in.
I mean, Dave's got a long and illustrious offensive line coaching career.
Yeah, he's probably a really good hire, and I would assume Joe Judge was probably getting texts from this guy while the offensive line was doing terrible, like, come on. And Colombo was like, you've been talking to this guy behind my back?
Whoa.
Oh, so now there's a potential, so maybe this is like a potential distrust thing. Somebody will send us a message about what happened at some point, I do believe. We'll talk about that as we go on. There's been a report that has been disputed by other reports, but the initial report of a coach being fired on a workday Wednesday, by the way. Wednesday, workday in every NFL building, pretty big day. Could have been fired yesterday or Monday if it was going to be something maybe that you were planning to do. Middle of the season, still in it in the NFC East. Middle of the week on a Wednesday. Coach Colombo, who stands at 6'8", 330 pounds, offensive line coach, he was fired by Joe Judge. The firing was obviously something that was like, oh, shit, they're firing an O-line coach on a Wednesday. And anybody that's been in the NFL will be like, firing on a Wednesday is probably something had to happen. Then Jason McIntyre comes out with a tweet and says, they actually fist fought, and he was fired immediately afterwards. Head coach and offensive line coach, 6'8", 330, one of the biggest humans walking this earth. Joe Judge gets right in his mouth, and then he said, well, he couldn't have got too close because social distancing, it takes all of us. So what we decided was a drop kick fight where they kept their mouths 6 feet away from each other, and they fought each other, and he was fired afterwards because they wouldn't want to do any social distancing infractions because the contact tracing or whatever, so there's no way they actually fought. But to get fired on a Wednesday, something had to happen here. I'm intrigued to hear what the whole entire story is as we go forward with the New York Giants.
Obviously something happened. For a coach to get fired during the season, something has to happen. Or just, hey, it's built up too long where our offense sucks, we got to fire our coordinator, something like that. But for a position coach, yeah, it tells me that something's been boiling for a while under the surface probably. And whatever happened this morning just caused it. I know there was also reports, but they were going to bring in another assistant to be under Colombo, and he didn't like that. That's what caused the interaction, whatever happened, the altercation.
Hey, it's still popping off on the internet right now, actually. Jason McIntyre, who put out the first tweet that there was a fight from his sources or whatever, he was then immediately debunked by like 7 other reporters. And here in this show, we like to say, well, he didn't get that from anybody, unless he just made it up, which could have happened, by the way, which people have done with stories in the past, I guess, to get a little bit of clout and notoriety. They just made it up. And then everybody's like, well, these 6 people said it wouldn't happen. I was like, well, who's telling them? Is that one person telling all those 6 people the same story? Jason McIntyre goes at Peter Schrager of Good Morning Football, who, and I would assume Schrager says an hour ago, so no fist fight at Giants facility, but certainly a disagreement today. Judge going a different direction with O-line coaching, and well, that decision wasn't received as warmly by all involved. No fight though, Schrager tweets, okay? He's an insider. He works for Fox Sports, I believe. He works for Good Morning Football. And then Jason McIntyre, the man who originally tweeted this, tweets at Schrager and goes, I'd say the same if I wanted to work again on a team next year. 100% a fight. So McIntyre's source, he's either continuing to lie, knowing that he's lying, or his source is a very good one. And I would assume that Joe Judge and the Giants don't want people to know that they got in a fight. But if you're Colombo, would you mind if people thought that you potentially just got in a fist fight as a 6'8", 330 pound? And the story was that he won the fight as well, was initially how it was broke. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Something had to happen for somebody to be fired on a Wednesday. And if McIntyre's right, he is going to flex on every one of these reporters for the next couple months at least. Yeah. This is awesome. This is New York too, by the way. This is what you get whenever you're in the Big Apple, even though your team isn't that great.
Well, I mean, even if you're Joe Judge and you realize, hey, I just fired my O-line coach, who was a great player in the league for a long time too, Mark Colombo. I played against him when he was on the Cowboys. I remember how good he was, but you know, like, all right, I'm going to have to deal with some kind of firestorm. If I fire this guy during the season right now, the Wednesday, as you said, probably your biggest day of the week, your big install day. Some teams wear pads on Wednesday, others go on Thursday. You knew you were going to deal with something, but you didn't want it to, if you didn't get in a fight, I guess I would have instantly tried to come out and debunk that. Like, hey man, no, we had a disagreement. We had to let him go. That's it. Like, we didn't fight each other. I don't have 2 black eyes. But I guess, has anyone seen Joe Judge? Like, does he have any marks?
He might come out like, with like, what if he has a big mask on today? He just has full face mask on today. That COVID-19, it's a bye week. Oh, so wait, it's a bye week. That changes everything.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, okay. It's not nearly as big a deal then.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Should have done more research. Maybe he did just fire him.
Oh no.
Nah, they got in a fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a big deal, but not as big a deal.
Oh, Joe Judge should wear a neck brace to his next press conference.